Are we in a market crash? Are we in a market correction? Who knows? The only thing that's for certain is that over the last week, the SPY has dropped 4.33%, but NIO is up 15.52%. What in the world is going on? Well, I think I can tell you if you'll just stick around and watch the video. But first, let me say this. NIO is about to explode. If you're not on the gain train, you're going to miss out. So in this video, we're going to be talking about NIO and exactly why you should keep an eye on it and what to expect. And we're going to be starting right now. Hey, what's going on? It's Pat from Top Ticker Trades. If this is your first time here and you want to learn how to grow your wealth through investing and trading stocks in the market, make sure you start right now by subscribing and tapping that bell so you never miss a thing. I'll see you in the video. Let's go. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about NIO stock, and I'm not ashamed about it. So, on October 29th, we learned that NIO's production line just cranked out 5,000 vehicles for the month at the Hefty Advanced Manufacturing Base. This is the first time that NIO's mass-produced vehicle has exceeded 5,000 units per month, and also the first time that a high-end car brand in China has reached 5,000 units per month. Now, if you want more good news, let's talk about a recent announcement that popped up on the official website of the Beijing Municipal Government Procurement Center, which shows that NIO is one of the car companies that won the bid for the 2020 through 2022 annual procurement project for the purchase of official vehicles for municipal administrative institutions in Beijing. This is a contract that it will most certainly help reinforce the NIO brand and also helps to build on the trust factor for NIO. Ultimately, this will result in many new sales for NIO. Perhaps this is what inspired Morgan Stanley's recent upgrade and is why they are raising their price target by 61%, which we will get into in just a moment. But let's talk about the demand in July and August. It was actually much stronger than the delivery numbers that we saw posted for NIO. So NIO said on October 2nd, it delivered 12,206 vehicles in the 3 months to September 2020. That's up 154.3% from the same period last year. Wow! In September, NIO delivered 4,708 vehicles, which is a new monthly record, representing a 133.2% year-over-year growth. The deliveries consisted of 3,210 ES6s, its 5-seater high-performance premium smart electric SUV, and 1,482 ES8s, which is the 6-seater and 7-seater flagship premium smart electric SUV, and 16 EC6s, which is the 5-seater premium electric coupe SUV. NIO delivered 12,206 vehicles in the third quarter of 2020, representing an increase of 154.3% year over year and exceeding the higher end of its quarterly guidance. As of September 30th, 2020, cumulative deliveries of the ES8, ES6, and EC6 reached 58,288 vehicles, of which 26,375 were delivered in 2020. Shen Fang, executive vice president of NIO, said on October 27th that NIO sales are setting new all-time highs every single month, which we estimate may become a norm in the near future and reflects customer acceptance. Wow, that's powerful, y'all. So, Shen also said NIO's stock price is going up, which reflects the capital market's recognition of the future. At the same time, the government is very supportive of NIO. He said NIO is expanding the deployment of battery swap stations and is now working on a new generation of battery swap stations. So let me just ask you this right now. Is it really that hard to believe that Morgan Stanley says NIO is a strong EV leader in the making and raises its price target by 61%? I don't think so. In a report titled A Strong EV Leader in the Making, which was published on October 28th, Morgan Stanley analyst led by Tim Xiaoyao, I don't know how to pronounce that. If anybody does, please leave it in the comments below. But anyways, Tim Xiaoyao revised up forecasts on better than expected Q3 deliveries, upside potential to margin, and an update of their assumptions behind NIO's vehicle and long-term take rate of NOP. The bank says overweight on NIO and raises their price target to $33, which is up by 61% from $20.50. Woo! They revised up their forecast on better than expected Q3 deliveries, upside potential to margin, and an update of their assumptions behind NIO's vehicle and long-term take rate of NOP. They say that they stay OW and raise their price target to US $33. So what's changed? Well, although they've been positive on NIO's operational breakthrough, findings from data points since Q2 results and their recent EV trip suggest the pace of NIO's progress in achieving its strategic and investment ambitions is tracking ahead of their expectations on all fronts. Meanwhile, they believe that the capital market's willingness to finance NIO's innovations and investments could unleash more operational upside in the next 18 to 24 months. But while competition is set to become more intense in 2021, given the increasing numbers of players and products coming to China's EV market, they believe that it will be difficult for incumbent EV peers and new entrants in China to easily replicate NIO's multifaceted strategies. They look for NIO to reinforce its pole position through superior volume scale, good spectrum of model market coverage, self-driving technologies, and diversification into power solutions. In their view, most of its key EV competitors in China can compete with NIO in some, but not all of those areas. NIO's versatility should give it an advantage in gaining market share in China's auto market. Navigate on Pilot. In case you were wondering what NOP stands for, that's it. But that puts NIO a big step ahead of domestic EV players, enabling navigation, ADAS on designated roads, mostly highways for now. While ADAS, offered by most EV players, both startups and traditional OEMs, still provide individual functions such as adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, auto lane change, auto parking, etc. NIO will soon offer an integrated ADAS solution that can take people from one place to another. This feature will make NIO the second globally and the first among Chinese EV makers to possess and commercialize navigation ADAS after the introduction of navigation on autopilot by Tesla in 2018. They raise earnings forecasts and price targets, driven mainly by stronger sales momentum and a more visible growth outlook. Their new price target implies 2021 EV sales of 10x for NIO Incorporated, or 13.1x EV sales, reflecting 76% holdings in NIO China. They also believe that vehicle sales will see stronger volume uptake. They look for stronger volume uptake for the remainder of the year, with escalating momentum into 2021. Some key findings make them incrementally constructive on the volume outlook. Previously, they saw NIO's coupe SUV EC6 as a window dressing product to its flagship ES6. However, their recent EV trip and channel checks suggest that demand for EC6 has surprised on the upside. According to feedback from their meetings with regional sales head and stores, EC6 caters well to a sizable group of young people, and consumers who place orders now won't get the car until early 2021, implying a longer waiting time than other EV models. For the EV camp to capture users from ICE vehicles, NIO's fourth model is competitively positioned. Stronger Q3 sales stats of EV sedan models priced at RMB 200 to 300K make them more bullish on NIO's upcoming fourth model. Q3 sales volume of sub RMB 300K EV models like Tesla's M3, BYD's Han and Xpeng's P7, etc. all show solid uptrend. They expect more users to switch from ICE to EV in this price segment, in which EV models can offer richer, hard software features to differentiate from ICE. Meanwhile, their recent talks with the supply chain indicated that consumers seeking sub RMB 300K models are still price sensitive, and so the waiver of purchase tax, subsidy, and license plates remains important. The long-awaited debut of NIO's fourth model is currently scheduled for January 9th, 2021, during its annual NIO Day. Despite the lack of pricing details of NIO's upcoming model, they think it likely that it will be priced in the RMB 200 to 300K range. Their analysis of registration stats in the third quarter suggests NIO has further enhanced its presence in non-license restriction cities compared to its peers that have sales largely coming from plate-restricted cities. NIO has much more diversified sales distribution. They believe broader market coverage will make NIO's growth momentum more sustainable and scalable into 2021. Looking ahead, its long-established presence in low-tier cities should also ensure NIO's long-term growth trajectory, even after EV sales in plate-restricted cities become saturated. With the debut of the aforementioned sedan model in early January 2021, NIO is likely to be the first major domestic EV player to offer a full spectrum of EV models, including sedan, expected to be introduced during 2020 NIO Day, mid SUV coupe, large SUV, with price ranging from high RMB 200K to RMB 600K. Although this should be well anticipated by the market, they think that the upside of market potential might still be underestimated by the market. EV model prices below RMB 200K have been the key drivers of industry growth in the past 5 years, so they think that RMB 200 through 400K EV models will become the key growth engine in the next 5 years. And NIO should have greater consumer access backed by its competitive branding and prestige to mestige product strategy. Previously, they expected NIO to be taking a more conservative strategy in SAE L3 autonomous system to ensure a quality user experience, which would put it in a more passive position when competing in self-driving capability versus peers. Instead, NIO has kickstarted the autopilot arm race with the launch of new NOP features that puts it a big step ahead of domestic EV peers by enabling navigation ADAS on designated roads, mostly highways for now. While ADAS offered by most EV players, both startups and traditional OEMs, still provide individual functions such as adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, and auto lane change, auto parking, etc., NIO will soon offer an integrated ADAS solution that can take people from one place to another. What's even more amazing, and it's showing us a lot of strength in this industry and showing us that the demand for EVs is not going away and it is not affected by the pandemic. And that's the EV sales delivery numbers. So we know that NIO was able to increase production and for the first time was able to put out 5,000 vehicles. Now, or 5,000 vehicles in 1 month, excuse me. Now we find out that they were able to sell all of those vehicles. Actually, more than that. They sold 5,055 vehicles in October, which more than doubles the numbers from last year. This is what I would call amazing. And now all we have to do, ladies and gentlemen, is sit there and hold our shares and see just how high they can go. I personally have a lot of faith in this one. It's on track to some crazy growth, and that is exactly what you should expect out of this stock. But how high can it go? Really, no one can answer that for you, but use your imagination. All of the analyst targets and estimates have now been beaten, so you know it's headed upwards. It's going to go up, and it's going to go up fast. You better be prepared for it. So does that mean that you should just buy at any price level? Does that mean you should buy while it's heading up? Of course not. Don't do that. You always wait for a dip or a cool down period and then reassess the situation. So don't just jump in anywhere because you may get stung.
Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen, you've made it to the end of the video. If you found this video helpful, I ask that you help this channel out by smashing that like button, as it motivates me to keep making videos just like this one every single day. If you're not a subscriber, you should consider subscribing, as I publish valuable content like this daily. You can do so from your screen right now, and if you want to check out more of my videos, you can click on the video that you'd like to see on your screen right now. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.